Overpowered steel grasp is actually fun. A combo I did not expect. Okay, we're gonna fight Lord Zir. Okay, so Earth Striker. One more time, we get Overpower. Intercom, fine. Encroaching Wrath. Our next hit is going to deal more damage. Malignant Rage. Our next Deathblow, because we're going to use Deathblow, we have 2 Overpowers ready. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to hit Deathblow twice. So we should get 2 back-to-back Overpower hits. And hopefully when we kill him, we get the Overkill mace. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to walk around for a minute, wait till we see his health bar. Once we see his health bar, we're going to hit Wrath of the Berserker, Deathblow, Deathblow. Our first one was way better. And now we're going to finish him off with our guaranteed critical strikes with our new ring. We got Deathblow ready. There we go. And still no Deathblow mace. That's okay. I've been trying to give the Deathblow mace. I have not received it. And the build is still very powerful, very strong. And I wanted to show it to you guys. So we start off with the might aspect, so we get the damage reduction. On your helmet, you want armor, life, cooldown, and ranks of Deathblow. And you want to get max ranks of Deathblow. Audacity, the aspect of Audacity, I just put this on the chest. You could put this either on the helmet, the chest, the boots. But this is a decent piece. I wish it had health on it. But other than that, put some resistances that you need so that you're fully capped. And go for armor and health. Intercom. Every time we deal damage, we're standing still. Besides Lunging Strike. But Lunging Strike is our movement skill. It's our Fury generator. We don't really deal a lot of damage with it. That's fine. Who cares? But for here, you want you could do all stats or strength. You want a high critical strike chance. You want 4 ranks, whatever core skill you're using. For this build, you could use Upheaval, and you could use Rend. My Rend sucks for this, but I like Hammer of the Ancients because how fast it hits over Upheaval. I find the actual mechanic just works faster, so this I think works better. And attack speed isn't really critical. You could also have overpower damage. You can have anything you want there, but I like to have attack speed on there. Next aspect of the Protector, I love having the force field, and these are rolled pretty good. I like having, again, total armor, max life, and some resistances that we don't have. The barrier it's just really good. Every time you fight an elite, gives you a little bit more damage protection. Weapon Master. So we need to have an additional charge. I don't really care about the lucky hit, but that's a high roll. That's nice. But on your boots, movement speed, and then you want all resistances. So this should be the Overkill mace, but we don't have one. So I just found a really powerful regular mace, and I put Encroaching Wrath on it. It's not my best roll of Encroaching Wrath, but I'm saving that for when I actually get a sword. But this roll here is pretty decent. Strength is great. Vulnerable damage, you can take it or leave it. Damage to close is amazing. You want damage to close on all 4 of your weapons if possible, and damage to berserking. And you'd want strength and or all stats on all of your weapons as well. Next one, this is where I put Earth Striker. I put Earth Striker here because you want Encroaching Wrath on your slashing weapon. And this will be the Deathblow mace, so you don't have a spot for it there. You could put it on a ring or one of these spots here. So, yeah, I have my overpower damage deals 48 times, and this is rolled really nice. All stats, strength, overpower, and damage to close. That's awesome. And we don't use these two weapons, so if you notice, this weapon is pretty low item power, but we don't actually use it. Like, we're not using it for damage, so it's just a stat stick. I just care about the 4 stats that are underneath, the all stat, strength, overpower, and damage to close, instead of the damage per second, because it's just a stat stick. Same with this weapon. This one, so I like using the basic attack speed, because the faster you can basic attack, the more fury that you're going to get. That's actually solved a lot by this ring. This ring is absolutely amazing. We'll talk about that in a second. But this, I wish core skill was anything else. And in our slashing spot, you would usually want a sword, but because I don't have the Overkill mace, we're using Ancient's Oath. Once you get Overkill, I would not put this in. The stats on this one are actually pretty decent. It launches more chains, and the enemies take more damage. This rolls okay. Like what we really want are the damage to close, and the berserking is just awful, the lowest roll possible. Same with ranks of Steel Grasp, but this is actually quite powerful. I'm actually shocked how powerful it is. This will also increase our Deathblow, because enemies hit by Steel Grasp take 48% times damage for 3 seconds. So what I like to do is Steel Grasp and hit Deathblow right away. Oh my gosh, this ring. This ring is absolutely amazing. It's crazy. It's a crazy ring. It's really fun, and it works really well with Encroaching Wrath. After spending 100 Fury, your weapon mastery deals right now 184%. After spending 100 Fury within 3 seconds, which is very easy. In this case, our Deathblow is guaranteed to critical strike, dealing 24 times bonus critical strike damage. Huge. Get this ring at all cost. If you're going to play this build, Upheaval, or Hammer of the Ancients. Our other ring is Band of Berserking Fury. We berserk a lot because we use Steel Grasp a lot, and our Deathblow also gives us berserking. You want to roll a high critical strike chance, but that was before I got this ring. And to me, this ring is almost perfect. The only thing I would change is, instead of vulnerable damage, I would like it to say damage to close. Because if you look here, vulnerable damage can go up to 58% on a weapon, and damage to close can go up to 70%. So with a ring, your damage to close will actually be more, and because they're all in the additive bucket, you really want damage to close. And right here on the neck piece, we have the Iron Warrior. This makes us unstoppable, and I put it on the neck piece to give it that 50% bonus, so now we get 42% damage reduction, so that's awesome. Weapon mastery skills, damage is okay, but you really want on here is the ranks to weapon mastery skills. That's mandatory. The rest is really up to you. So that's our skills. Make sure you do have all your reses maxed out. My lightning is actually low right now, and I had to put a potion to get this. It's actually at 60%, so I have to shuffle some things around to make sure I get that. Expertise, because we make things vulnerable with Steel Grasp, we put this on here. And let's look at the skill tree. So what you want to do is, when you get to an enemy, you want to Steel Grasp right away into a Deathblow, and then for the rest of it, you want to go back and forth between Lunging Strike and Hammer of the Ancients until you have Encroaching Wrath and or the new ring ready to do another Deathblow. So we take 1 point here, and then we take enhanced. We take combat. For Hammer the Ancients, I like doing this one so that if we do get an overpower with Hammer the Ancients, it still amplifies all of our other damage. We do use a two-handed weapon for our lunging strike. So I put all 3 ranks in this. We want as much health as possible. So far I only need 1 point in this. And we take strategic so we can get more fortify. I don't take anything here. I usually take this in some of my builds, but because we have lunging strike and it also can be used as a movement speed, you don't really need this. So down here I took Pit Fighter because we are always close to everything, and I took Slaying Strike because I don't know, it's just a really good damage multiplier if you don't one-shot things, which we do a lot if you saw the gameplay video. So this, we have 12 ranks to Deathblow. It actually could be more, which saddens me because it's not. But anyway, I really hope to get an Overkill so I can just do a quick update to this. But yeah, put as many points in this as possible. And then you take Enhanced for increased damage to bosses. And then I like to take Warriors. You can take either or, but I think this is better because it gives you another way to Berserk. So I take Warriors Deathblow. And then down here we take Steel Grasp, and again, we have so many points. It actually deals quite a bit of damage. And like I said, when Encroaching Wrath actually procs on Steel Grasp, it kills a lot of the trash mobs. It's actually pretty cool. But this thing makes everything vulnerable for 3 seconds, and then it gives us Berserking for 2 seconds. We're using this all the time, and this all the time. So pretty much everything is vulnerable, and we're Berserking every time we use Deathblow. And this is how we get some Fortify. This is how we get more damage while we Fortify. And this is huge right here. These 3 right here. So Wallop, we actually get 2 different ways. We stun them through our Audacity perk, Legendary Aspect, and we also make them vulnerable through Steel Grasp. So this procs, I think it's almost fair to say 100% of the time. Our Overpower deals 45% times damage. That's huge, and that also works well with our Earth Striker Ring. And heavy-handed, because we have a high critical strike chance and we have guaranteed crits. This is also another no-brainer. And we take Wrath of the Berserker and we max that out. And for our key passive, we do Unconstrained because we are Berserking pretty much all the time in this build. And over here, we take this so we have access to get a little more Fury. So I don't really lack for Fury in this build, which I love, and really it works really well. And the Paragon. So our first board, we put in Ire. So this, I think you should max out first to at least level 15, so you can get all 70 points of strength for this. This is huge. We're Berserking all the time. This is up all the time. Our next board is Bonebreaker, which we have Crusher. Of course, we are using our mace for our Deathblow and for Hammer of the Ancients, but really Deathblow is our big damage dealer. Hammer of the Ancients is still a good damage dealer, but Deathblow is the one we're focused on. I take some extra points up here. You don't really need to take these, but you could. And, of course, you definitely want to take this. I mean, in theory, if you want to use these points somewhere else, you could just use Earth Striker and just keep going back and forth, but I think the more overpowers you have, the better. Our third board is Decimator. This is really cool. So we make enemies vulnerable all the time, so we increase their damage for 5 seconds. And then when we overpower a vulnerable enemy, it just gives us more damage. So if you get to overpower an enemy with Steel Grasp, that's it procs right away because it makes them vulnerable, and you just overpowered them. So this procs all the time. And in here we take Dominate. So this is almost level 15, and then this the willpower in this board I think is like 50. So I'm looking forward to buffing that up. And our next board is Warbringer. And the glyph, yeah, Mortal Draw. So this board has, out of all my boards, the most dexterity. So this is why I go between Hammer of the Ancients and Lunging Strike. So two-handed slashing with Lunging Strike. And then Hammer of the Ancients, your mace. Go back and forth. And then when you land on your Earth Striker, you hit him with a Deathblow. And our last board is Carnage. And for Carnage, we path over here to get some more Berserking. And we put Might in this one for the bonus to the magic nodes. So we are getting more buffs on these and more buffs on all these nodes here. It'll be that one too once that circle goes up. And then once I also have this one up to level 15, it'll hit this and this, which will proc the bonus to give me the times 8 damage. 8 times damage. And then with your last skills, your last points, you just go up here, get more damage to the elites, and get more berserking. This build is super powerful, a lot of fun. One thing I did actually forget to show was the Vampiric Powers. So we take this one for Fortify. We take this to deal more vulnerable damage to our enemies. I didn't hit Steel Grasp in this video, even though I should have. This is not active at the moment, but this helps our cooldowns of our Steel Grasp and our Deathblow and our Wrath of the Berserker and Iron Skin, actually. So this is very, very, very useful. Hemomancy, I don't even need to tell you about that because it's absolutely amazing. This is so powerful. And then Blood Boil, one of our 4 ways to overpower. So I hope you guys like the build. Please give it a try. And even if you do not have the Overkill Mace or the Ancient's Oath, this is still a really fun build. Alright guys, thanks for watching.
PlayStation